In today's video, I'm gonna be attempting to survive 100 days in ancient Rome. I have 3 objectives. First, I want to craft a stage 3 Roman mansion. Second, defeat Apollo, the god of archery. And my final objective is to find and eliminate Jupiter, the god of lightning.
What in the world is that? I've never seen anything like that. Let's go take a look.
So we began approaching the clock tower.
Whoa, is that some sort of... Oh my gosh, that almost scared the hair off of my head. What is that? It looks like some sort of portal. All right, let's jump in 3, 2, 1, go. Where am I? Forest? Are you around here?
And just like that, my day 1 began. And while I was gathering wood, I noticed that nearly 90% of you are not actually subscribed to my channel. So make sure you subscribe. It's literally free and you can always change your mind later. After gathering wood in the morning, I spent the rest of the day gathering enough food to be able to survive. And then in the evening, I found myself a little cave to set up for the night. In the morning, I dug out and then I spent the next couple of days traveling to find a good place to build my base. After gathering a little bit more food, I found a very nice spot on top of a hill. After removing this giant tree, I ended up building a little base on top of this hill. After building a decent base, I mean, it didn't even have windows yet, but I dedicated the next 3 days to go mining, and I finally found a cave. I started by gathering as much coal as I can, and I made some torches. After making torches, I started exploring more of the cave. Shortly after, I ended up finding my first 8 vein of iron, so that's good. I also had to take down this skeleton. I found a little bit more coal, gathered that, and when I walked into this cave, a bunch of gravel nearly fell on my head. After nearly dying to gravel, I got the rest of the iron I needed for the armor. I smelted it all and then created all of my iron armor and tools. On my way back home, I got jumped by a pack of leopards. What in the world are they doing here? After eliminating the first one, I got jumped by another 2. So good thing I had this shield, otherwise I would have been leopard meat. Anyways, after killing them, they drop rotten flesh for some reason. After nearly dying to a pack of leopards, I gathered a bunch of sand to smelt into glass. I managed to arrive back home safe and sound on day 12. I smelted all the glass and then placed it all around my base. While I was in my chest, I heard an arrow and I turned around and there was a massive mob on top of the mountain with looked to be Roman soldiers. I went outside and immediately this Roman soldier and the archers started shooting at me. I had no idea who that big guy in the mountain was, but I knew he was not friendly. The funny thing was this archer tried to shoot me and he shot himself. What a dumbo. Anyways, while I kept fighting, I got shot down to 1 HP. I know that if I died, the entire world would delete, so I kept blocking and I was able to take them down. After eliminating the soldiers, I saw that massive archery dude on the other mountain. I was not gonna catch him. I dedicated the next 3 days to traveling around trying to find Forest.
Wait a second, that's the clock tower that Forrest and I came from.
When I got closer, I saw a sign on the wall.
Ancient Rome is protected by the gods, you will die. What the heck?
I ended up mining into the clock tower to see if the portal was here, but no, it definitely got broken during the teleportation. That is really unfortunate. I spent the next 2 days returning back to base with no sign of Forest. On day 21, I finally arrived back at base, and I noticed my base wasn't there.
Wait a second, what the heck happened here? My entire base is gone. Why is there snowballs here, and where did my base go?
What I didn't know is while I was gone, Apollo, the god of archery, showed up at my base and blew the entire thing up. For the next couple of days, I spent traveling to find a better location to live. Obviously, this is uninhabitable here. Anyways, I defeated a few animals for some food, and then I found a nice spot on a mountain to start creating my base. After combining a crafting table with iron to create a giant crafting table, I went to the mines and started gathering materials to create my stage 1 Roman house. I started by eliminating a bunch of skeletons to collect their bones, and then I mined a crap ton of gravel. It took me a couple days to return back to base, but once I got back, I created reinforced concrete, reinforced stone brick, reinforced glass, creating my stage 1 Roman house. And just like that, I threw down the stage 1 Roman house, and the blocks started building, and I appeared inside of the wall. What the heck? Anyways, just like that, my stage 1 Roman house was built. I then started working on my farms. I needed a permanent source of food. I then continued for the next 2 days looking around for forests, and I ran into a group of rhinoceroses. Yeah, and as you can see, these things are not friendly. As soon as I got close, it ducked its head down and hit me with its horn. Like, what did I do to deserve this? Anyways, as you can see, they got me pretty freaking low. I only had 2.5 hearts left, but as soon as I got low every time, I'd run back up the hill and eat food to regenerate. It seems like since the size of the rhinos were so big, they struggled to get up the mountains, and I also realized that they were dropping rotten flesh. What's up with all these animals dropping rotten flesh? Anyways, after getting down to half a heart, I managed to eliminate the final rhino. After almost dying to rhinos at the top of a hill, I found some sort of area. I wasn't too sure what it was. It looked like there was a crater and some fences. I looked around and didn't see anything. Anyways, the next 5 days, I dedicated strictly to mining. Over the 5 days, I gathered a bunch of things: coal, iron, redstone, and of course, lots and lots of diamonds. I'd say gathering 36 diamonds over 5 days is actually pretty good, and I also went ahead and made some tools. While I was traveling home, I saw this nether-looking base on top of a hill. I was greeted by a couple of blazes and even some magma cubes. What was all of this doing in the overworld, and why was it here? I'm so confused. Anyways, after eliminating all of the hostile enemies, I looted the first chest, got some diamonds, some food, and a saddle. And in the second chest, I took all the brewing supplies and borrowed all of the brewing stands. Thank you, guys. I also went ahead and borrowed all the glowstone and the nether wart. Just when I thought the last place was weird, I found another nether biome. What the heck's going on? Anyways, I took all of the quartz, and after that, I went over a hill and saw a massive group of ostriches. Yeah, it turns out that saddle came in handy after all. I finally arrived at home on day 43, and for the remainder of the day and the next day, I spent gathering materials for my stage 2 Roman house. And just like that, I created it. I found a big hill with a nice open area, so I figured this would be a perfect spot to put my stage 2 Roman house. And as you can see, this thing turned out pretty awesome. After creating the house, I then started working on creating my farms. I ended up making a giant wheat farm and a melon farm. After the farms were completed, I had to make a travel all the way back to my stage 1 house, back and forth to move all of my materials. After transferring all my supplies to my new base, I then enchanted all of my armor and finished brewing my potions. These are gonna come in handy. Anyways, I spent the next 3 days looking for forest. I ended up finding what seemed to be a group of giraffes. Dang, they actually look pretty cute. And on day 55, I ended up finding a massive temple. I walked up the steps and saw that same guy that griefed my base. And I realized arrows went flying by me, and then I realized that this is a trap. There was a bunch of red Roman bowmen here, so I had to eliminate them. Thankfully, they didn't have too much health, and this zombie also started helping me, so I appreciate that, my man, but it's time for you to die too. I then looked over at this massive mob and started potting my speed and strength. I noticed fire coming down from the sky every time he bent over, and I was not trying to get hit by that. And suddenly it launched a bunch of fireballs at me. Oh my gosh, I did not expect that. According to his boss bar, his name is Apollo. He must be some sort of god of ancient Rome. Yeah, this is not going to be an easy one. I got backed into a corner and he launched so many fireballs at me. I had to use another health potion, and good thing I had my water bucket because it tries to set you on fire a lot of the time. After dodging some more flames, I walked up for some more hits and it launched me flying in the air. If I didn't water bucket clutch that, I probably would have died. I knew I had to wrap this fight up rather soon. I only had 2 more health pots left. Well, make that 1, and it seemed like he had a never-ending amount of arrows and fireballs. After using my last health pot, I tried to eliminate him and then found myself on 1.5 hearts, dodging fire by just a smidge. Anyways, I thought I may have been dead here. He launched another set of fireballs and I lived with 1 heart. I then ate my food to regenerate and charged at Apollo and finally eliminated Apollo.
Oh my gosh, I thought I was dead there for a moment.
I picked up reforged Apollo bronze, which is able to create the strongest armor. Anyways, the next 3 days I was traveling home and ran into a group of hippos.
Whoa, this is awesome. How's it going, man? Whoa!
As you can see, for some reason these hippopotamus were really angry at me and were trying to eat me, so I did what anyone would do. Using my shield and my diamond axe, I was able to eliminate the 3 hippopotamus. Once I arrived back home, I created all of my Apollo armor and even created an Apollo bow and dagger. I then went ahead and enchanted all of my armor, and look at this. I look like a literal god. I then decided to explore more of ancient Rome. On day 67, I was running and saw elephants being killed by somebody.
Hey, dude, who are you? And stop killing the innocent elephants.
You'll never catch me.
I ended up chasing him up the hill, and when I went to get him, I fell into a trap filled with rhinos. Good thing I was in full Apollo armor, otherwise these rhinos would have had a pretty tasty meal. Anyways, using my shield and my Apollo dagger, I was able to take them down. After 4 days of searching, I found this massive mansion, and I showed off what my bow can do. The Apollo bow has special abilities. When I left click, I send fireballs, and when I shift right click, I can send explosions. As you can see, it's pretty OP. Upon entering, I found the guy that was killing the elephants, and he was bald. I almost mistaken him for Forrest at first. I charged up the stairs after him and used my special abilities with my Apollo bow and one-shot him with Apollo's dagger. Inside the chest, there was a book. In the book, it read, Jupiter, the king of thunder, will destroy anything in its path. He's rumored to be located in the north end of Rome. On my way home, I ended up finding some massive, like, Colosseum or something. Anyways, when I walked in, it looked like the entrances were blocked by bedrock. How in the world was there bedrock here? Yeah, I'm gonna get the heck out of here. Anyways, I arrived home on day 77 and began gathering all the tools required for my stage 3 Roman house.
What was that noise? Wait, was it thunder?
It looked completely nice out, but for some reason there was a lot of thunder. That's weird. After gathering all the supplies, I went ahead and crafted my stage 3 Roman villa. I then found another mountain with a nice flat area and threw down my stage 3 Roman villa. And just like that, it placed. And look at that, it looks freaking awesome. I also went ahead for a couple days and placed fences around my entire villa. I didn't want to risk anything. After finishing the fence and placing torches around the area, I spent the next 7 days traveling to the north end of Rome to find Jupiter. On day 93, I ended up finding another one of those Colosseums. I wonder if this is where Jupiter resides. I finally found the entrance, and there's Jupiter.
Oh my gosh, what in the world is going on?
And just like that, my battle against Jupiter has begun. I potted my strength and speeds and looked up at this tornado he was casting and started using my Apollo bow to take him down. I kept my distance with my bow, and every time he hits his staff into the ground, an insane amount of lightning appears. After throwing him a few more times, I ran right in with my dagger, getting a bunch of damage done. As I continued swinging, I turned around to go eat bread, and he hit me with his staff, nearly one-hitting me. Since I was far enough away, I kept using Apollo's special abilities with the bow and charged in with the dagger, unleashing a massive amount of damage. And having no health pots left, I get out my Apollo bow and eliminate Jupiter, the god of lightning. After a couple days of traveling, I had finally made it back to base to gather my valuables. I spent the next couple days traveling back to the clock tower, hoping the teleporter is there. I arrived at the clock tower on day 100.
Forrest, it's nice to see you again. Right back at you. Let's find a way out of here. Over here, I think I found something. Whoa, it's like a secret passageway or something. What is this place? The portal is back. Let's get out of here. Okay, 3, 2, 1, jump! Whoa! Man, it feels great to be back in the overworld.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you go watch Forrest's video. It's linked in the description below. We both had different objectives and different bosses. Thanks for watching and take care.